Glory, glory, Manchester United. Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of this podcast. And in this episode, we'll be going through blog posts. It's been a while. I had an episode, and that's because the players are on international break, so there's nothing to really talk about aside from reading the blog badly. So let's dive into the blog post. Yes, is the three players Manchester United will release to free of £500,000 a week in wages. Manchester United plan to free up £500,000 a week in wages by letting go of three members of the first team squad. The savings are absolutely necessary for the Red Devils, as the funds will be used to offer Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw new long-term contracts. Fernandes has reportedly agreed to sign a 5-year deal of £240,000 a week, running until the summer of 2027. Meanwhile, discussion over a new deal for sure are expected to take place in the coming weeks. The England left-back existing contract is up at the end of next season, with United desperate to extend his stay despite a poor 2021-2022 season by standards. Italian football journalist Fabrizio Romano confirmed these plans on social media. Bruno Fernandes' new deal will be completed in the coming days. Talks with Luke Shaw will take place soon, he said. So who will be the three players to make way for the Pierre's lucrative contract extensions? He says Manchester United have no plans to extend the stays of three first-team players, all of which have been deemed surplus to requirements by manager Ralph Ragnick. Manchester United have no intention to open talks for Jason Lingard, Edinson Cavani and Juan Mata's contract extensions. Romano added, the plan has not changed as of today. Lingard's release will go down as a poor piece of business by the United hierarchy, not because he deserves a new deal. Instead, that they could have sold him last summer for upward of £20 million. In fact, Newcastle would have taken the midfielder for around £10 million in the January window, although Vincent Greenwood's absence may have had a part to play in keeping him around. Cavani, who's on £250,000 a week, has little use to Ragnick following the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo. Despite an impressive debut season at Old Trafford, he's looking for a return to Spain this summer, with one more move to a team in European competition in him before the end of his career. Juan Mata on £160,000 a week is likely to make the same trip, having spent over a decade in England since leaving Valencia for Chelsea in 2011. Again, Mata at 33-year-old age should have the ability to play 1 or 2 further years at the highest level, but it's not part of United's future. It is what it is. Honestly, with the situation at Manchester United now, I can only say we need restructuring, and maybe this has happened just painful. We have to lose this kind of players because, like, I love Lingard, I love Cavani, and I love Mata. But like, it's football, and again, it's a career. It's not something like you have to make. Everybody has to put their heart on. Love you, it's not possible. Things like this needs to happen. Just painful we miss this player. Another blog post says, when Rooney reiterates dream to become Manchester United manager, let's dive in. It says Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney has revealed his desire to become the club's manager in the future, admitting it was his main reason for going into management at all. Wow, that's lovely. Rooney regularly spoke of his ambition to be a manager even before he had retired from playing. He said the ball rolling when he joined Derby as a player coach in 2020 and was later appointed player manager on an interim basis before landing the job full-time and immediately hanging up his boots. The 36-year-old has been widely praised for his impact at Pride Park in extremely difficult circumstances. Financial trouble has resulted in 21 points deducted, making the team at least competitive at the bottom of the championship despite an enormous mountain to climb. The whole reason me going into management is Manchester United. I go for the job interview for the Everton job. Rooney told his son, I want to be Manchester United manager. I know I'm not ready now, but I have to plan everything I do to make sure one day it will happen. Rooney previously revealed he turned down an interview offer, the vacant manager's job at Boy Youth Club Everton in January, citing his loyalty to Derby as a reason for not talking to the office. I believe I will be a Premier League manager. I believe I'm ready for that 100%, he said at the time. And if that is with Everton one day in the future, that would be absolutely great. But I've got a job down there at Derby County, which is an important job to me. As recently as February, Rooney has already confirmed his ambition to manage both Everton and Manchester United, telling the Manchester United Evening News he would love the chance to do so. United are currently in the process of appointing a new permanent manager, having interviewed Erik ten Hag already, and with talks with Mauricio Pochettino, Julian Lopetegui and Luis Enrique expected. The club is hoping to make a decision sooner rather than later. Rooney is the club's all-time top goal scorer after netting 253 goals in 509 appearances. It breaks Bobby Charlton's previous record that stood for 3 years. He won 12 major trophies in 13 seasons and is also England's all-time record goal scorer with 53 goals for his country. Yo man, if he really wants to become a manager, I would love that, but like, as he said, maybe the time's not now. And maybe he needs to get more experience, like as he said, exactly as he said. So when it's time, I hope he becomes our manager and he leads us to glorious hope. Okay, here's our last blog post which says how every Manchester United player on loan is performing this season. Let's dive in. Premier League giants Manchester United, the edit. Premier League giants. Even though we are at the lowest point right now, we are still the giants, man. Premier League giants Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in the world, even with their current struggles in the Premier League. Oh yeah. And naturally, with that comes a desire to bring as much talent to Old Trafford as possible, both at youth and senior level. New manager Rafragi, formerly a head coach and executive at RB Leipzig, has a first-team squad packed with talent, especially after the acquisitions of Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho. Honestly, and with all our loss, Pogba and Fernandes combined, Rashford, even if the squad as a whole has underperformed so far this season, like all the squad, Manchester United have just taken the opportunity to send a number of players out on loan who now have received game time in 2021-2022 at this stage. This could be either to simply get rid of wages off the books or to aid the development of a younger player, and the latter is my pick, with their development. Wolves international Daniel James has left the club on a permanent basis for Leeds United, having dropped down the pecking order. But all of the other departures this summer, apart from the expiration of contracts, have been on loan. In the January transfer window, Donny van der Beek, Anthony Martial and Amad Diallo left on loan. How many players do Manchester United have out on loan? Between players in the first team and in the reserves, youth side, Manchester United currently have 16 players out on loan. Where is each Manchester United player on loan? Okay, Andres Pereira, Flamengo, Facundo Pellistri at Alaves, James Garner, Nottingham Forest, Axel Tuanzebe, Napoli, Brandon Williams, Norwich. I love that guy. Tai Chung, Birmingham, Donny van der Beek, my man, Everton, Anthony Martial, Sevilla, man, Martial needs to work hard really. Amad Diallo, Rangers, Nathan Bishop, Mansfield Town, Dylan Levitt, Dundee United, Ethan Lyde, Swansea, Ethan Galbraith, Doncaster, Dishon Bernard, All, Matet Kuva, Botson, Tendem Mengi, Birmingham. Now, how are they performing? Andres Pereira, who was on loan at Lazio last season, is not part of the club's plan again this campaign as he returned to Brazil with Flamengo until June. Man, why Brazil do? They hope will get better. He could have hoped for a better debut, either as he came off the bench for a 90-minute cameo in a 4-0 victory against Santos, in which he got on the score sheet in his short time on the pitch. He has played 24 times in total for the club, scoring 5 goals and recording 1 assist, and is widely expected to join on a permanent basis. Back to Flamengo. In January of 2021, Facundo Pellistri went on loan to Alaves and has returned to the Spanish side for the entirety of the season in 2021-2022. So far, he has made 30 league appearances for the club and failed to score. 30 league appearances are no good. Highly rated midfielder James Garner, man, spent last season on loan at Watford and after that was terminated Nottingham Forest for the last 6 months of the season. He has again returned to Forest for the new campaign after signing a new contract with United. He is already a popular figure with his loan side. At last February, he scored against arch rivals Derby. He scored against Rooney. He was recently in the Forest team that knocked out Arsenal and Leicester in the FA Cup. Nottingham Forest. After finding first team opportunities hard to come by, Anthony Martial left for Sevilla, where he has made 8 appearances in all competitions, scoring 1 goal in the Europa League. Martial is a fucking joke. Our big forward. Amad Diallo enjoyed a superb debut for the Rangers, scoring at the back post against Ross County, but looked out of sorts versus Celtic in the next match and has struggled to find form since. Diallo needs to get back on his feet. Van der Beek has made 5 starts and 1 appearances off the bench for Everton so far, and was in the side that lost 5-0 to Tottenham and 1-0 to Wolves. Axel Tuanzebe was put in some impressive performances for the Manchester United first team, no more so than away against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. After a disappointing spell away at Aston Villa, he returned to Manchester United in January before being sent out on loan to Napoli, where he had made 1 substitute appearance in Serie A. These guys are not really having playing time like that. Then how they go get there? Brandon Williams was never going to get much game time at left back with Luke Shaw and Alex Telles available in that spot, while Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Diego Dalot are competing at right back. His debut on loan at Norwich came in a superb 6-0 victory against Bournemouth in the League Cup. He has made 26 appearances for the Canaries, being booked 8 times. Wonder kid Tai Chong Wo is currently on loan at Birmingham and recorded 2 assists in a 5-0 victory over Luton, but that was early in the campaign. Well, most of them are kind of doing good. Tai Chong, the Wonder kid as they called him, and the others they're trying their best to limit. But most of these guys aren't really having playing time. Assuming they have more playing time, like Van de Beek and Code, I believe they will perform more. But I still believe before the end of the campaign, they will still showcase their improvements. But it is what it is. The international break is going smoothly for almost all our players. Ronaldo is having a good time as he assisted Bruno Fernandes in Portugal 2-0 win against North Macedonia. Lindelof lost 2-0 to Poland. Varane also, France won 5-0 against South Africa. So most of our players are having a good time. Even Maguire, he was called up for England and they won 3-0 against Ivory Coast. It shows they're kind of having a good time with their international break. But it is what it is. See you guys in the next episode, and until then, remain red.